What is up, everybody? How we all doing? Indeed, it is a little later this evening. I took me a little cat nap, I must admit. So I have rearranged my throne area. Yes, I call it my throne. Got lighting set up differently, so hopefully it looks a little better. I'm gonna turn the camera on. Oh, look at you. Aren't you sexy? All right, how are we all doing out there? Let's see here. All right. Get my camera set up. Hopefully it's a little bit higher up than it was. Shrink, shrinky. All right. Right there. Just have to give me a second. Gotta get this bit set up where it's not looking at the roof. Got a different chair sitting in here that I'm using as my stand. Yes, I use a chair as a stand. There we go. How y'all doing? All right, I want to get this set up so it's a little bit higher. Set up. I don't know about that. Probably should have done this before I came live, but it's okay. Look at that. You can actually see a little bit of shit. That's better. Now, this is what you call improvisation. This is improvised phone stand 101. All right. No, I'm not fucking around. Because I need to get started. I figured that would work. That's a pretty good idea. I'm a rather smart person. I like the way my table looks now. Which I'll flip the camera over there in a second. My table looks, I have the lights set up on either side of it and a lava lamp in the middle. It's beautiful. It's just fucking beautiful. All righty. Can you see my picture in the back there? Can you see the little, yeah, you can make it out. You can see the picture. I don't know if you can make it out though. It's a little chipmunk hitting the ball. Actually, it's a little chipmunk taking a piece of raisin out of the end of the ball. But either way, shall we? We shall. I got me a nice little bud right here. Still got me a nice gram and a half or so left in there. I forgot how much weed I smoke when I smoke weed. I smoke some weed. Even when I fucking have cut back significantly. I used to smoke all fucking day, every day. As soon as I rolled up out of bed, like literally, as soon as I rolled over, I was fucking burning one. Or I'd be calling my aunt when I lived up in Oakland. Jan, come catch me a buzz. She'd be like, I'm at work. I'll be over when I get off work. My aunt was awesome. Of course, I always helped her too. If she didn't have something, she knew she could come to me and grab a bud if I had some. That's what you call cannabis culture, community. Well, family too, but you know. So yours truly was turned down for yet another position in cannabis. I didn't honestly think they were going to hire me for that position anyway, and much animosity as I have towards industry. Now, mind you, companies confuse that with the fact that I hate all of the companies. It's not all of the companies, it's those corporations that are over the companies, such as, yes, Apothecary, I'm going to pick on you, Terracin, or Mary Med Maryland, or the huge corporations that are over top of everything. Now, granted, some of those companies are hand in hand, one and the same. Some of them are not. Some of them are simply playing the game that they're forced to play. And I know this for a fact because I know somebody who was running one of the dispensaries here in Maryland who got the fuck out of it when they started playing all the silly games with, we're going to charge $2.48 million per dispensary to convert to a dual market. And if you don't convert to the dual market, you can't use your medicinal license that you've already paid for. Yeah. The whole rollout in the beginning was shit. Like, if I would have gotten my medicinal license on the jump, like, and paid all that fucking money up front, and then had the conglomerate come together and state that they're going to do the dual market approach, right? Which basically means that they paid the state $2.48 million, got paid back $1.25 million per place that they paid that for, plus $500,000 per processing plant, just to move the cannabis over to another shelf and relabel it and write the paperwork up. It was just a big exchange of fucking money between the state and cannabis elite, in my opinion, because it didn't do anything except exchange money between elite millionaires and the state of Maryland to drive people who couldn't afford it out of the marketplace that they've already paid for their license for, which is an exorbitant amount of fucking money to begin with. It's not that those people probably, in most cases, couldn't afford it. It's that they weren't paying those kind of fucking prices after what they've already paid in many cases. I mean, as it says down at the bottom of the screen, for an entrepreneur in Maryland, you're looking at, you better have $1 million in your bank account. And I'm not exaggerating. Like, you have to pay for your own business expenses, insurance on your business expenses. You have to pay for the paperwork that get written up by cannabis consulting agencies so that your paperwork actually gets accepted by the state of Maryland and you don't get rejected like the 500 people who did get rejected in the entrepreneurial lottery, who paid their $1,000 to $5,000 fee and still fucking got rejected. I seen somebody on Reddit recently, like 5, 6, 7 days ago. Maybe it wasn't Reddit. It was somewhere online. It was for an MMCC site, which MMCC is no longer active. It's now the MCA. But they were asking if entrepreneurs, if individuals are allowed to process if you get your entrepreneurial license. And I commented below on his thing, and I mentioned the October 2023 predetermination deadline that for some reason was very hushedly set. And a year prior to them even telling us who qualified and would be able to actually apply for the entrepreneurial licensing. That wasn't a move to fucking cut people out of it at all, was it? I don't know how all this shit happened and it got gotten away with. Like, they have lawyers. It's like, yeah, if you do it like this and you go here and you have this thing and you just announce it once or twice and then you make sure the people, and then that's, we got you. It's like, and no, I'm not a paranoid fucking conspiracy theorist. I just see exactly what's happening in the cannabis market. When you have Verano breaking $1 billion because they're jumping from state to state to state, which is, nothing's saying they can't come into the state and operate. But why is it saying that all of the residents in the state are either rich and able to afford paying the state $200,000 to start a fucking cannabis business, like, and then I hear people say like, oh, it's worse out in California. I don't fucking care where it's worse at. There's places where it's better, which means that it can happen. And the only reason it isn't happening is because of greedy fucking legislators and the corruption that's in the cannabis industry. You can't take something that was completely recreational and ask the individuals, some of whom were operating in that legacy market, to come onto the legal market and think that they're not going to fucking dirty their hands. They are, and they have, significantly. And because they're up there with the politicians, they're just up there flipping around, switching money back and forth, and everything's all good. Notice when we had the initial rollout of cannabis legalization in Maryland, people was like, oh, that's so many years ago. It was set up, like the whole thing was initialized, right, as social equity points being issued to various companies who were applying based upon their DEI diversity fucking quotas or whatever. Okay, so they got issued social equity points, and then those people, supposedly those companies, got their licenses over other companies who were just rich white men applying, right? Yet somehow the market ended up 75% rich white men. And I've talked about the black investment in the market in Maryland before. It started out with 75% of the 10% of the entire market. 75% of that 10% was in one company. There was no, and I'm not advocating for social equity. What I'm saying is they're shoving social equity initiatives down entrepreneurs' fucking throats while industry is able to just pay their way through it. And that's what's happening. You can look at Trulieve in Florida, where the CEO, husband, and business partner is convicted of public corruption charges, right? And I'm not saying that Trulieve is the ones that were responsible for the bribery with the delegate, but what fucking company did? Which company gave money, bribing their way through? And I don't blame them. What it like? You're fucking trying to get around this stupid ass DEI social equity stuff. I don't agree with it. I don't think you should be hired based upon your skin color or your affiliation with LGBTQ plus community. Why in the fuck am I being asked on app? And yes, I said fuck in the, I'm sorry, I'm very forward. Why am I being asked on about my LGBTQ affiliation on demographic surveys, and then now it's to the point, because all of the fucking applications are online, all of the companies are just saying that they're hiring for all these different positions, and half the fucking time, not so much in the cannabis industry, but this is the rest of the fucking world, and it happens in the cannabis industry too, but they're just selling the fucking data. They don't really have those positions open. And that's not conspiracy either. The companies sell the demographic data to people who fucking buy data. I think that we're all being fucked out of our data anyway, because our data is all just collected by random ass other companies and we don't even realize it. They're just like, oh, data, that's some obscure thought we don't know how to do anything with. Well, we don't, but somebody does, because they're making fucking a lot of money off of it. At least I fucking don't know what the fuck to do with my data. Put it in a fucking suitcase. Yes, I have ADHD. I bounce all over the damn place. No, but seriously, you can't tell me that a company and companies that have like, I mean, they try to pay minimal pays. Green Thumb Industries had a walkout on them on 4/20/2023 in I can't remember the state. Not Colorado, Ohio, maybe. I can't remember the state. Not Ohio. Ohio just accepted shit. I can't remember the state. They had a walkout, and with the next day, Monday, I think 4/20 was like Friday or some shit. I can't remember. But the next day, business day, the people were back at work with their raises that they asked for. No problem, because of the amount of money that's being made. I mean, there's reason that most people, upon being you usually get asked how much you expect you're going to make and stuff like that, but typically it's like set, right? Like, you know what the fuck they're paying. It says on the industry can pay more than what they fucking pay people. And then you see the advertisements on Instagram of like the real bougie dispensaries that are talking. Oh boy. I've never been to that one though. I don't know. I don't know how they are as far as accepting. Like, I'm talking about the ones that like advertise like they're for the rich people. Like, what's that one where they're all wearing suits? There's one dispensary where they're in suits. I'm pretty sure. Unless it's just their Instagram shit. I don't know, maybe it's just their Instagram. They were dressed like that. But I thought that was like the uniform. It's like real squared away looking. Well, there's nothing wrong with being squared away. I'm just rambling at this point. Oh boy. I didn't take a dab. So how is the world? I never ask it. It's not good, from what I can see, from my perspective. But I'm at the foot of a mountain in the middle of nowhere. So Oh, cinnamon, apple, donuts, and milk. That is a fucking delicious flavor. Shall we? Well, I don't know if we shall, but I think I will. Now that I've rubbed my eye after fingering the bowl like I always fucking do, like, swear to God. You would think after fucking 14, 20, 16, I don't know. How old am I? 34. I started smoking when I was like 14. 20 years. Yeah, 20 years. You'd think after 2 decades of smoking, I was learning to not put my finger in the bowl and then stick it in my fucking eye. But for some reason, I do it every goddamn time. And I don't know if you're familiar with what happens when you put burnt cannabis in your eye, but it's rather itchy. Oh, it smells good. We're going to smoke some orange motherfucking chiffon because I still have some of it. Motherfucking chiffon. That's what I said. I said orange motherfucking chiffon. Because I'm cool. The company on my shirt, I like their shit actually, Trulieve stuff, but they got some slack. I don't know why they don't make so much CRC anymore. Oh, there went my phone.